Hi, Scorpio, and welcome to your Timeless Zodiac Taroscope. We are going to be doing a St. Patrick's Day reading for you, or a St. Patrick's Day spread, basically. And I want to thank a lady named Kate for this spread. I've adopted it and added a bit of my own to it. So it's all about luck because we are talking about St. Patrick's Day, right, Scorpio? So I also just want to let you know that if you are seeing this after March, okay, that is all right. It is timeless, and it's just you were drawn to this reading because there's something in it for you. All right, so go ahead and watch it and just give yourself a 4 to 6 week timeline on it. Okay, let's get started. The first card we're going to draw is what I'm calling the overall lucky theme card, okay? And so far in the other readings, I've been finding, Scorpio, that this is tying in. So let's see what we can get for you here. And out came service. I feel good when I can help others. So overall theme is helping other people, and that is going to be your luck. So when you are out in service to others in the world in some way, like it could be, again, in your personal life, your work life, maybe you go out and you give of your time, you volunteer. When you do that, the universe, source, God, or whomever it is for you, I call it spirit, right, sees this, and you are awarded with abundance. It does happen. It really does. So I can attest. So, and not only will you be rewarded, so to speak, with abundance in some way, something good in your life, it just makes you feel good when you know you help others. Like when I get a comment and someone says, wow, this really resonated with me, it a number of times has brought me to tears even, because I just feel so thankful, really, that, you know what, somebody saw this and it meant something to them and it was guidance in some way. So, you know what, you just never know what it is that helps other people, and by you helping others, you know, you get paid back. So that's going to be the overall energy, I want to say, being of service. Now, let's look at what lucky energy is around you now. This is an Archangel Michael deck, so it's going to be Archangel Michael, but in what way? And these cards are pretty specific, so I like these for you, Scorpio. I know you like specific, being a Scorpio myself. All right. All is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. I know that one of the other signs had this card too. And yeah, beautiful. So if you have been waiting on something, maybe what you're waiting on is something that you're going to be using to help other people. That could be a message for some of you. Maybe for some of you, you've been waiting for the right time, you know, to do whatever it is, to take action on whatever it is. So they're saying, this is it. Right? I said these cards are very specific. This is it. But let's take a look at tarot and get some more information. It's like the doors have been opened. So it's, as I love to say, it's go time now, Scorpio. Okay, maybe you've tried to start it before and it just didn't happen the way you wanted it to. Maybe that's because it wasn't meant to happen at this time. All right, and remember, in any area of your life here, look, this card has been coming out a lot, but maybe where people are like, no, you can't take action now on whatever that is for you, because you need to, in some cases, stay at the job you have, or you're not ready yet, or it's not perfect yet, or it's a good idea, but I don't know, you need to, you know, work on this a little bit longer. It's not ready to be launched. And again, in any area of your life. But this is Spirit saying to you, and Archangel Michael saying that I will be with you every step of the way. You can call on Archangel Michael to help you, okay? And they're saying, no, it is time. So all of the naysayers, the ones that are poking and prodding and giving the bad advice, you know, I want to say the bad advice. Sometimes it could be good advice, but they may be erring on the side of caution for you. And in some cases, it's because, you know, they love you and want what's best for you. But the message is still, you know what? You just need to leave that because Spirit, God, Source, Universe, or whomever it is for you is coming through and saying, no, now's the time, okay? There's no time like the present. Just get your little stick up and knock those other sticks down and away you go, right? So I'm liking this, Scorpio. Let's get another card here. This one is going to be for how can you create more luck in your life or make your own luck. All right, I've really been enjoying this deck. I don't know if I've used it before. I don't think I have. And if I did, it was a long while ago. Primal. This has also, and you see me shuffling and going through, this has also come out, okay? You know, you may have to... you know, it's very clear. You may need to go a little primal. You may need to go into that fight mode. You may need to go a little animalistic here. You know, oh, geez. Okay, hang on. Too many. Let's just bring these back. Let's get a tarot to go with this before we get into it. Like, it's your instinct. I think of primal, and when I say the animal instinct, I feel I'm really saying the instinct, okay? Use your instinct, your intuition, all right? And let it guide you, because it's not going to lead you wrong. Look at this, the Page of Cups. This is, you know what? I feel that what's happening right up here at the top, Scorpio, I feel like they kind of tie together. Again, you could find individual messages in each one of these and the other ones I'm going to do. But it's almost like, you know what? That Page of Cups is coming in with intuitive messages for you. Messages of creative opportunities or creative ways of doing things. They're bringing in all the different possibilities that there are, okay? So that could very much tie back to here where if you're trusting your intuition, okay? And I was saying sly like the fox in the other reading. I want to say it's not sly. There's another one. Oh my God, now I forgot it again. But you want to be able to look at everything big picture here. You want to be able to look at, and maybe that's what Spirit is going to be bringing into you with this Page of Cups. Or it could even be someone else who might be bringing in, I don't know, like the last step, or if you're kind of stuck on that last step and you ask, you know what, I just need to finish this one thing off, and this will be coming in from your higher self or from Spirit, right? This is what you need to do. Creatively, this is what you need to do. Okay, but really pull out that animal instinct. I want to say the fight mode, right? Like, doesn't mean you're fighting with people. It's just that energy of, I am ready. I am going to do this. I'm taking the initiative. I'm going to make it happen. And I'm going to make it happen now. Okay? So by doing that, that's what's going to bring more luck into your life. Somehow, whatever it is whatever it is that you're doing, by listening to this young page, maybe, okay, can be male or female, but they may be bringing you in some really creative, fresh ideas, or it could be coming directly from Spirit and your higher self. So pay attention, I want to say. Pay attention. If there's something that's just one last step that's holding you back, ask about it and pay attention for the answer, and they're going to help you see things big picture, okay, so that you will get the idea, is what I want to say. Now let's I know I kept, in the other one, I'm going back here to the fox. I kept saying sly like a fox. I don't feel that this time, okay? But what I do, isn't it crazy like a fox? There's another saying, and I told you I'm bad with them. But you know what? I'm going to go with crazy like a fox. Maybe you need to be a little crazy here, right? Like kind of step out on the limb, you know, like the fool. You're about to step off without anything under your feet. You're going to take the chance, all right? So let's get a card now for what lucky money tip messages does Spirit have for you. So far, I'm liking this for you. And we have Dance the Rainbow. I love to have beauty in my life. That's a beautiful card. I almost want to say here, I feel like there are two messages for this, okay? Scorpio, you're really great with other people's money, right? If we go that whole 8th house, like joint finances, other people's money. I feel like, you know, dealing with debts, that sort of thing. I feel like you're good with, but maybe when it comes to your very own, not so much. So I feel like you could be really great and supportive, you know, friends, families, whatever. But when it comes to your own, sometimes you might get a little, well, I'm going to let that one come out, a little bit crazy with yourself, okay? So it could be a message of, for some of you, you love beautiful things. You love to surround yourself maybe with beautiful things. It's important for you to have them. But I feel the money tip, the message here is there needs to be some changes. And I almost feel like before you do anything major, okay, because we have a knight here. So before you do anything major, before you make any big or major decisions when it comes to your finances, I really feel like you need to take it slow and steady. I feel the message that's coming through here is do not rush. Sorry, just a little interruption there. But I feel like it's before any big decisions, before any major decisions, maybe even before any big purchases, your lucky money tip is to maybe dig into it a little more, okay? Maybe dig into it a little more. Maybe, you know, really check out, I don't know, I want to say like the interest rate, or really check out the fine print, I want to say. Be really methodical and read over that, methodically read over the small print, and just take it slow and steady. It's not a message of don't do it, but it is a message of pay attention to the small print, or like the rates, or the, you know, maybe the borrowing rates, or if, oh, there could even be if you were going to be paying something off, right? You know, is there a fee for that? You may want to check that out. It's that type of thing. Or if it's just a big purchase or important purchase, just really do your research. That's what I want to say here. And slow and steady will win the race when it comes to that. That is your money tip. All right, let's, Scorpio, get into what lucky relationship messages does Spirit have for you. And we're going to do more tarot and oracle at the end here after we get through this one. So, and this can be any relationship, Scorpio, from friend to family to co-worker to neighbor. If they are a friend or an acquaintance, they fall into this category, okay? It could be romantic, it may not be. Past life, knowing, deja vu, past love. Okay. So, again, I feel like there's going to be a couple of messages here. Let's just pull a tarot to go with this. Okay. The Nine of Wands. I feel like the Nine of Wands, look, he has a couple bandages on him. He's got all these wands standing there. It's like I've won these wands in battle, okay? Like I have been through some battles. If this is one, a past love, maybe an ex relationship, okay? I feel like this is confirmation. By you letting that go, it is like you are going to be able to, you're right at the cusp of the 10 of Wands, which is laying down the burden. So maybe for some of you, you are still going through the feelings, whatever it is, this of the separation or the letting go of this past love, okay? And you're still working through the emotional parts of it. Spirit wants to let you know you're coming to the end of that. And try to work towards the end of that. Try to imagine yourself having moved past it. And again, ask Spirit to step in and help you with that. I feel that is a message for maybe a few specific people. The other is past life. For some of you, I feel that the lucky message here is you may be reunited with someone that you have had, if you are a believer in past life, okay, that you are going to be reunited with someone from a past life, okay? And again, I feel that when this person comes, it's going to be knowing. It will be like deja vu. It will almost be like, who, that person's so familiar to me. Like, or I feel like I've been in this situation before. This is so odd, right? This is so weird. And with them bringing in that person for you, it's just going to lift or alleviate a lot of the burdens from your life, because I feel like everything will start to make sense. If that resonates, it resonates, okay? So it's like, I just feel like a lot of burden is going to be lifted because things will start to make sense. That's what I'm getting from this. It's like with this, I just feel like you will be able to see clearer, like it's going to bring clarity into you in some way. All right. I feel like that is for the majority of people. Now, does it necessarily have to be a past love? Possibly, or it can just be bringing someone in that you have spent other lifetimes with, and it's like you will know it. There's just going to be something about that person. Like, it's not like you're going to go, oh, you're from my past life. No, but they're just going to feel very comfortable to you. Like, and I feel like there will be a situation. It'll be like, I've been here and done this before, but this is the first time I've met this person. It'll be something like that. Okay. And that can be in any area of your life. This could happen to you at work. You could be at the grocery store, right? It may be wherever. So I like that message for you, Scorpio. That's very, very interesting. So there were kind of three there. If it was a past life love, or just someone from a past life that you could consider a soulmate even, because soulmates aren't romantic necessarily either. Or for some of you, it could be an ex that, you know what, you still have a bit of releasing and letting go so that you can fully move on from that relationship. Ooh, these are good messages for you. They're all a little bit different. I feel like these ones up here kind of tie in, but again, the primal instinct, right? The knowing, you're just going to know who this is. So I like these messages for you. Okay, this card, we're just going to get, actually two. Look, the World and the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get one more since, I feel like we're on a roll. We might as well get all three of them at once, and then we'll take a look at them. They could be clarifying what's on the table, Scorpio, or they may give you more insight and guidance, but let's take a look here. All right. Okay. I'm going to start with the last card first, the Chariot. again, the Chariot card for me usually is it is go time. It's like I feel that you are this warrior here. I feel that you are ready because you have been training, you have been preparing, and you are ready to enter the race. And I always say, when you look at those old movies with chariot races, very dangerous. So you've prepared. I'm not saying what you're doing is dangerous, but it's just like preparation. That's what it reminds me of. You have your course plotted and you are ready to go. Okay. You are balanced and clear with intention and ready to go. All right. And fiery and passionate about it too, right? You have to have a little fire in there. Now with the Queen of Pentacles, I want to say I feel like it's kind of tying in here, and just maybe take on these attributes from the Queen of Pentacles when we're talking about this money message, your lucky money message. Which is about, you know, patience, really digging into it, slow and steady. With the Queen of Pentacles, she is financially stable. So what I want to say is, in this lucky money message, is this something that keeps you in, if you were to do this, in a financially stable state? Or is it going to put you, you know, maybe in a bad place financially? That's something you might want to look at, okay? And, you know, just be very grounded, because she's also very grounded. And kind of like, she can be like the, you know, what we can say a mother figure here, right? Like, it's almost like, listen to your mother. You need to really look this through and be grounded when doing this, okay? So I like that. And then we have the World, which I think just speaks about Scorpio ending. This is the end of a cycle for you. Whether the end of the cycle is finally doing whatever it is that you've kind of been waiting on. It's the end of a cycle when you, well, I feel those two go together, okay? But where you start making good financial decisions moving forward, and maybe with the relationship, that was the ending of a cycle. And I just feel overall it's time for a new beginning. And you literally have the world at your feet, literally. Feet, world, the world, where you can step out and do whatever it is that your heart desires. It's never too late to do that. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, like I said, these may tie in together for you, or they could all be separate, but I want to do a couple of oracle cards here, because, and maybe even for some of you with this service card, I feel good when I can help others. Maybe in the past, you have never thought about it that way. You just thought, no, I'm not a person who volunteers. That doesn't appeal to me. And then maybe one time you have, or you did it with a friend or whatever it is, or you were drugged there kicking and screaming with a friend or something, a social group, and then you're like, oh, I kind of feel good after I do this, right? So that could be the ending of a way of thinking for you, okay? So let's get a couple of oracles here for just additional guidance. I just love these cards. You may find your message today in these last two cards, right? Like, you just never know where the message is going to come in for you. And these can also, you know, be around situations or events in your life that are taking place right now, or that are going to be coming up. I am surrounded by angels. Maybe for some of you, that's what you need to hear, especially here. We know you have Archangel Michael, but it can also apply to all of these areas. You're not alone is the message. You're not alone ever. We always have our angels around us. We just need to, they cannot come in and interfere without our asking. If you ask them to help you for your highest good, they will work to help you. I mean, it just, you know, they're part of your spirit guide team, right? So do not ever be afraid to call on them, because they are always with you. And I think for someone, you may have just needed to hear that you're not alone. in any of this, whatever this is that you're doing, especially when it comes to if you've had to leave a past love or something like that, okay? You are here for a reason. So, whether it was to learn something from that relationship and then you can take that on and help others with it, if it's to meet up with someone from your past life finally because you guys are meant to do something, and again, that can be from friend to romantic relationship, whatever it is that you're doing up here, maybe that is part of your destiny and why you're here. Maybe you're here to learn lessons about money and finances. Okay, so you are here for a reason. And we hear that all the time. And we also hear, oh, you're surrounded by angels all the time. But I think for some of you, you really need it to hear it and you need to believe it. And you need to have faith that, you know what, I am here for a reason. Maybe this is the message that sparks you, Scorpio, to start looking into, all right, if you say I'm here for a reason, then Spirit, let's figure out what it is. Some of you may already know. And you may just need to start on the path. And some of you may already be working on it, and this is confirmation. But just know you're never alone and you always have someone to call on. So those are your messages, Scorpio, for St. Patrick's Day. I hope that you enjoyed them, and I will see you in a couple of weeks for your next reading.